Amiguru-May.
Hi, I'm Juanita and welcome back to the Knit Guru. What are we working on this month? Well, it's Amiguru-May. And I'm hilarious. So what have I gotten hold of? What I've gotten hold of here is two sets from the Woobles. I've got a lion and I've got a dinosaur. Now these keep popping off everywhere I look on the internet. So what I'm wanting to have a look at is everything I need inside these containers of the Woobles. This is not sponsored. These have not been given to me. I've just purchased them and they were the two patterns that I could find. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, we're going to have a look at them, we're going to make these two up, and I'm going to decide whether or not I think buying a kit from the Woobles is worth it. Right, so if we have a look first of all at our wee dinosaur in the Woobles kit, let's open it up and see what we've got. Inside we've got a sealable bag. That's handy because I might take this on a road trip later in the week. Inside our sealed bag we've got a yellow t-shirt yarn. We've got a black t-shirt yarn. We've got a green t-shirt yarn. We've got meat thread with, on the back of this is a QR code that's leading us to a YouTube web video, as well as another one with a password to get into the pattern. Here we've got a needle, one set of eyes, three little hooks, three little stitch markers. Yep, so we'll have a look at that. What else have we got in here? We have got a tiny bag of stuffing. This makes me nervous as I never know whether or not there's going to be enough stuffing. And at the bottom here we have got, is that all? Oh, this is from the green bag. We've got a crochet hook, and this is a 4mm crochet hook. It's not a bad crochet hook. It feels quite comfortable. 4mm is a handy size. And from what I believe is there should be a bit that's already started inside these, shouldn't there? I think that's what I've seen advertised, is that it comes pre-started. Either way, I will start digging away at this and see whether or not I can work out how we can go putting together, first of all, the dinosaur from the Woobles. Then afterwards, I'll put together Sebastian the lion and we'll have a look at both of them. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye. So here we go. We've got a little magic ring. Here's my first row done. Here's a bit of his head. There's some strange increases, but that's kind of cool. Here we've got his whole body. He looks weird without stuffing. Very reptilian, but there he is stuffed. He looks round now. That looks kind of cool. A little bit more stuffed and sewed up at the bottom. I mean, he's coming together quite quickly, but I don't really like working with the yarn. Here we are. We've got the first little nubbin on his head. I did struggle to get them spaced out accurately, even looking at the picture. So I think mine were just a bit bigger. There he is. In his little woobly glory. He just took sort of one evening, to be honest. All right, so I have woobled my first wooble, and I am a woobler now. I wooble things. I still have some leftover yarn. What do I have to say about my wooble and my Fred the Dino? I mean, the instructions were all right. They were fine. If I didn't know how to crochet, I probably would have learned some skills. I don't consider myself to be a super beginner anymore, but I haven't been crocheting for long. There wasn't anything new, but at least the instructions of how to single crochet were very slow and very clear in the video, even if it wasn't for Fred. Like the demonstration was in blue some of the time and that sort of thing. So I've made Fred. There are some issues that I have with him. He can't sit flat because he has no legs, and that's kind of a wooble thing. They're all quite nuggety, for lack of a better description. I do now have, you know, I have my Fred instructions, so I could make another Fred if I wanted to. I have enough yarn that I could make another Fred. It has one set of eyes, so I don't have enough supplies to make another Fred. All of the stuffing is in Fred right now, and I used the yarn offcuts to stuff his tail so that he at least had something in his tail. I haven't made the lion yet. I will make the lion, and you'll see the lion up during Amiguru-May at some point, and I think I'll end up giving them all to my niece. What do I like about it? Well, I mean, no one's going to be allergic to this t-shirt yarn, but I don't like the t-shirt yarn. I don't like the way it crochets up. It does give me the advantage that I can see the stitches really carefully and really clearly. So when it comes time to do an increase, like there's an increase in his head right there, I can see it, and I can see when I'm counting. So in that respect, it's quite helpful, but it's also quite a difficult yarn to work with. It's a 4mm hook that came with Fred, and he's meant to be very beginner. He's not beginner plus, and he's not intermediate. There was nothing particularly challenging about this wee chunky boy. He's going to pick up a lot of dirt really quickly because it being t-shirt yarn, but it's not going to pill. It's going to stay looking like this because it is quite firm. That's, I think, what the advantage of the Wooble patterns are, is it's going to stay in this shape. Even if you didn't stuff it properly, I think it's still going to stay in this shape because it holds its shape quite nicely. Am I going to use t-shirt yarn again? No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It hurts my hands. It doesn't produce something that's particularly soft and squishy. If I embroidered the eyes on, yes, this would be super suitable for a tiny child. I do still have issues with embroidering over the top of crochet stitches in a way that this could be picked up and pulled. I don't ever want a stitch to come out of anything that I've made because I feel like that makes things look less good if the stitches come out. I don't want anyone to look at the piece that they've got, that I've given them, and it's starting to come apart without a lot of wear and tear. So what's my review of the Woobles kit? I don't know if I would waste my time or money on the Woobles. They're very cute. I will give them that. That is very cute. He is a very cute boy. The Woobles are very cute, and that's part of the dealio. I didn't buy this from the Woobles website, but when I went to the Woobles website with my Woobles card, it gave me an opportunity to get a free tin for putting all my Wooble bits in if I ordered another Wooble kit. However, the Wooble kit's being about $25 US plus shipping, and I'm in New Zealand. That means I'm not going to be buying a Wooble kit online because that makes this too expensive. Even at $25 for one Wooble, and that's not even the licensed one. I thought the Woodstock and Snoopy ones were absolutely fantastic. I love Snoopy and Woodstock. I've got a beagle and chickens. But I'm not going to spend $40 US on a crochet kit for something that's this small, even when it does come with all the things I require, and a very cute Snoopy crochet hook, and which, you know, is appealing because, let's face it, I am a collector. I like to collect them all. Pokemon. But it is very expensive. If you were wanting to buy a gift for somebody, it's a good idea, but it is an expensive way of getting into crochet. I think that crafting should be accessible for everybody, and I'm not sure that this is financially accessible. Yes, if you got them on a special somewhere in a store, if you didn't have to get them delivered, or if you got free delivery, yeah, fine, go for it. If money is no option, go for it, because I did think that the instructions and the skills learnt are going to set you up in a way that you could make other things. It's definitely a community that they're going for, is, you know, once you get there, you're a Woobler now and you Wooble things, and this is a Wooble. So they've got that kind of branding going for them, and everything has a very similar look to it. So it is about becoming part of a community more than learning a skill. Yeah, it's a good kit as far as learning from scratch. Is it a good kit for everything else? I still had to use scissors. Yep, most people own scissors, but it advertises it saying that it's got everything that I need. It doesn't have everything that I need, because I did need a lot of times to snip things. It did come with my yarn needle. It did come with my stuffing, but it was just enough to make one little guy. And one little guy is fine, only he's a $25 little guy on the website, plus shipping and delivery. And yes, he kept me entertained for an hour or so, or if I knew nothing and had to learn it all from scratch, he would have kept me entertained for maybe a weekend. That's still quite expensive as far as I'm concerned. I think there are cheaper ways of getting someone into crochet. However, if you don't have anyone to teach you, and you don't have any of the supplies, and you don't know what you're going to need, and you can get it on sale, then I would say it's a decent enough idea. All right, well, that's my review of the Woobles and Fred the dinosaur. Am I going to make another Fred? I might make another Fred in yarn, in wool, because I like wool, and if I do, I will give him some little footsies at the bottom, because I think that all of them should be able to stand up upright. But I'm probably not going to make another Fred just like this. I like the fact that the instructions are usable again, and then I've got the pattern as well as the videos. I like the fact that it's not a stress about whether or not there is enough of the product to make something, but I do think it's too expensive for what you get in the long run, and it's not a product I enjoyed working with, even though the pattern was good and the videos were helpful. That is my Wooble review. I will see you later on in this Amiguru-May. Bye.